Hi everyone, it's Karen, and I'm back to share a little box that I altered, and also to show you how to do this fold on any size piece of paper really, and show you how to make it into a really cool little thing that you could add into a journal that you could send to someone with, a gift card or just as happy mail, and it's really cute. So stay tuned and I'll show you how to do that. It's something I saw on Instagram. I had to watch it a few times because it was one of those reels where they just don't tell you what they're doing. They're just quickly folding the paper, and I thought, oh, I've got to learn how to do that because it's so neat. So this is one of these little vinyl tissue boxes that you can get that have the little snaps. And you can load it up with tissues, or you can put cosmetics in there. It's just a cute little box. And I decorated it up with some of the goodies that Kim had sent me from Angel Dream Crafts Kim in my November-December design team package. And the store is back open. The postal strike in Canada is over, and she's back open, and please go over and check out the store. And the design team packages for January, February are in the mail now, so our projects will be starting up again soon in the new year. But I just wanted to finish off this year with this little thing that I got, and this beautiful blue lace, which is an embroidered netted lace from the shop, is what I attached onto the bottom here and cut little pieces and kind of put them in little collections along the top here, and in these little floral collections I added some of them in there. These were some pretty little satin flowers that Kim sent me in my design team package. These are some little bling pieces that she had in the shop that I still had a few left, so I put one there, or a couple there. And I put one of the little connectors that was in my design team package. I just took the little loops off each side and used it there as a little center for that blue flower. And then I had this beautiful leaf trim from her shop as well that was in my design team package, and it's so pretty, and I used that here. And then I did a little collection here to make like, because it's open at the top, because it's meant that you can pull tissues out, or you could just see what's inside the box. It doesn't really matter, but I wanted to put a little, like a closure on it. But I didn't attach it to anything because it has the snaps here, so it doesn't need anything else. I just wanted that to kind of come over and fold over the top to cover that opening. So I did a collection of all kinds of her trims and laces. I used the leaf trim. This is another trim that was in my design team package. I've used it all up now, but it was a dangle trim. It had this one piece in it, had these flowers on it. This is the beige trim that's the same as the blue one. It's a netted lace. And a lot of these I do believe are still available in her shop, although she did have a reopening sale, so her stock may be low. So that's how I did the front of that box. And I chose the blue, pinks, and whites because that's what's in the background. And then on the side, I just took a little bit of the blue trim, the lace, and I just did a little piece of it here and a little piece cut in it right in the corner there. So I just actually cut out a bundle of these flowers, and I just fussy cut them out of the netting, and the same with the bottom piece, except this is one side of it, and then on the other side is this type of a trim, and so that's what you see on the bottom here. I did that on both ends, and then on the back I decorated it as well. So no matter how I set this down, it's going to look nice, and I can set it on either side depending on what I feel like looking at, because it's different, very different on the back. I used the trim, just part of the blue trim on the bottom here. And then I had an applique that she sent me, and I cut it all apart, and that's this part and this here. Another one of those little connector pieces with the pink floral, and this time I left the connector ends on, and I just added 2 little jump rings and added them into the center of that applique. Lots of the leaves again on this side. I just love that leaf trim. It's so beautiful. It's got a bit of a sheen to it, and it's a really pretty color. Some of the little white flowers cut out of some of the trims that I have from her shop, and same here, and this little pink one too. And then this is one of the little dangle pieces that she sent, I think, in my fall design team package. I had a couple of them. And so in this one, I took one of the cabochons that I had also from her shop, and she carries cabochons regularly. This one is the cutest little thing. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little girl with a nest on the top of her head and a bird with some eggs. It's so cute. And then there was a bit of a gap between the square cabochon and the size that's supposed to fit into this pendant piece. So I just put some cup chain in blue and I think there's a little bit of clear stone in there too. And I put that right around the edge of the cabochon inside of the little square pendant part. And then I just attached it there with a bit of a hook. I thought it looked really pretty on there. And just another accent thing to look at. So that was lots of fun. Love decorating boxes and love having storage boxes in my stash. And also this would just make a really nice to have just available if I want to give a gift to somebody. It's a really nice box to use for that too. So you just flip this back and you pop open the little snaps, and inside is that little project that I wanted to show you that I saw on Instagram. And what they did was they started out with a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and they cut 4 inches off one side. And so they had a 12 by 8 piece of paper. I've been practicing with it with all different sizes of papers, and anything works. So grab whatever you have. And this is the fold. It's super easy. Take whatever is your longest end of your paper. Take the shortest end in front of you. If it's double-sided, that's perfect too. If it's not, that's fine too. The side that you want facing, or to be the outside of your envelope, have it face down. And so for me, that's going to be the pattern, and the white is going to be facing up to me. And fold this in half, your paper in half, this way, and then just find the center. You can measure if you want. You do what you like to do, but I just find it really easy to do that. That's my center right there. And then all I want to do is I want to fold it up from my center. So there was my center right here, and I just want to fold the two in. So you're making like the beginning of a little paper airplane. I think that's how you start. Anyway, that's what you do. Then, and I've pre-folded this just to make my life easier. I'm not fighting with it as much on camera. And then what you do is you take the long side over here and you fold it across this way. And depending on how your paper is, as long as it's a rectangle, I should clarify that. It can be any size of paper, but it should be a rectangle. So somehow make it a rectangle. Just cut a few inches off if it's not. And then you have this white strip, or if you have double-sided paper, you'll have the other side showing there. What you have is this in front of you. You have this that you folded up, and so this is what you have in front of you, like this. You folded these two up and you folded this over. Now turn it. So now what you have in front of you is a flap, and this flap. Okay, so that's your thing. Now you're gonna turn it the other way. So now you have just this flat piece in front of you, and you're gonna fold it up. And fold it up to a height that leaves you about 1.25 inches, I'd say here. Now, if you're using a bigger piece of paper, you can fold it up a little bit more. You just need to have a little bit left here, and you need to have a bit left sticking up here, because this is what's going to fold down and hold your envelope closed. Now, when you flip it up, those folds change a bit, but look what you have. You have an envelope. There's your little pocket right here, and there's your envelope. So that's your first little pocket that you've created, and I'll show you how you can fill it afterwards. Then you're going to have this piece sticking up here. You want to give it a nice fold over. Now I have white here, so I'll be doing something with that. If you use a paper that has a pattern on each side, your other pattern is going to show there. And papers always are coordinated, so it's going to accent. So that's going to look really pretty. And then what you're going to do is that just flips in here, in there like that. So it goes underneath that little flap. And there is your little piece of Happy Mail to send. Perfectly ready to be sent. There's a tuck spot here. If you want to put it in a journal or in a pocket, there's a tuck spot here. There's a little tuck spot even here in the corner that you can utilize. There is a tuck spot inside here. And then on this side, you have your inside that you're going to put something, and then there's a tuck spot here, there's a tuck spot here if you want to tuck something in, and then there's 2 tuck spots here. Now what I do with this is I get a coordinating something, either paper or lace or something, and I cover that white up, and I just run the lace along there. So I've got one ready here to show you that I'm in the middle of doing. So changing papers, changing speeds, this is how you do it. So all the folding is exactly the same. This is a bigger piece of paper. This is a 12 by 12 cut down to 8 by 12. So there's your difference in size. So when you're doing them for putting in pockets or for wanting to put a little gift card in, maybe you want a smaller one. So that's why different sizes is perfect. So this one I've just started collecting stuff to put in it too. So you can see here I have this, and it didn't fold. I must have did something wrong with my folding a little bit because it's a little bit off, but that's no problem. The same would happen with it. I could do it with this one, and that's I just take a piece of lace, and all I'm going to do is put that piece of lace on here like that, and that's going to cover that up, and look how pretty it looks too. And it's not going to affect the function, because as long as you can still tuck this in here, you'll be fine. So I'm going to use hot glue to make my life fast and easy. I'm just going to put a bit of glue on there, and I'm going to put this on here. And I'm going to trim it there because I know I want that to be flush, because that's going to tuck in. And then you can see that that's still going to tuck into place here, no problem. I'll just take those out for a second. So, and then I'm just going to take it over the top. And glue it down here too. So it's going to be glued all the way around. My fingers can handle the hot glue. If yours can't, please use a spatula. One of these little silicone spatulas works really good for that. Press it down so you're not touching the hot glue. Then here, you can either go over the edge there if you're not going to use this little pocket. I like to leave that little pocket available, so I'm going to cut this off so that I can just tuck it in here. So it has to be even a little bit more flush than that. So let's just angle that a bit. And then I'm going to just put a dab of glue under there and push that in. Use my little spatula since I've got it out. Press that in there. And there you go. And look how cute that looks. And then on this one, I took this little doily, paper doily I had, and this sticker from a hummingbird, and I added that on the back. And then I collected up some little pieces to go in here. This paper has a Christmas thing on the back, but I liked this woven on the back, so I will put a backing on that. And then I'm just going to put a stack of little tags in there and add some little strings and stuff at the top of them just to make them really pretty. And then on this side, I'm going to tuck, I think I already tucked something inside on this one. So in the envelope portion of this one, I put a little piece of paper that they could use to write on. And in here, I've also put little scrappy notepads. Just tuck that in there. So that's that part. And then we'll close it again. Oh, actually, before I close it, I'll show you. In here, you can add in pockets. You could, to put more ephemera tucked into it. I've added in a little journal sewn in here, or just stitched in here with your sewing machine. So that's another thing, and I'll show you one like that too. But you can fill the inside up with all kinds of things too. And then I just added this little piece of paper here, and you can tuck it under the lace like that, and then it doesn't go anywhere. I added a little butterfly here with its wings flapping. I'll probably add a little bit of bling to the center of that. And then these will, like I say, they keep falling out, but once I get them all situated in there, they'll stay in. So that's one. that's done. Here's another one I'm working on. This one, I think I'm working on a journal that's going into it. So the same thing, the fold is exactly the same. I wonder if I have another one here. I can show you the fold one more time. I'll just show you on this one. I'll show you this one and then I'll show you the fold one more time. And then maybe you can grab a piece of, a rectangle piece of paper and you can do it with me. So this is another one all folded. This one I added a doily to the top. This one I had a large white piece here. So I cut a piece of the matching paper and I used my little, one of my little cutters and did the fancy border on it. It's got the little pockets in it. So I tucked this little fairy in here. And then you can see here is where my little journal is. Oops, I'll show you that in a second. And then in the back, I have this little card tucked in here, and this is where it opens. And then inside here I have a little piece of paper, and I think, oh, I know I'm gonna make, I put some line paper in there too. I'm gonna make a little scrappy booklet to go in there with that. I just tucked it all in there so I wouldn't forget. And so that's the back, and this one's not finished. Like, I'm gonna tuck this in here, and then I'll probably tuck something. I like tucking little things in there yet, and I might put a little butterfly on here or another little tuck spot and tuck something else in there too. So it's really fun filling these afterwards. And then what was I going to show you? Oh, I was going to show you the journal inside. So this one, when you open it, like I said before, there's that opening there that you could add pockets, tuck spots, whatever. I'm going to put a little journal in there. So I've got it all ready to go. I just need to sew it together. And then this is the little topper that I want to put on top of it. And I'll probably put a little butterfly in there. So when you close it, you will see this little bit of the journal as well. So I just I did it in pink, so it's got coordinating paper. And then I'll show you another one that I have done. Let me see, where is it? This one's going out to someone for their birthday. So there's how I add in a piece tucked in the front there that has like happy birthday written on it. So, and then this is another little piece of ephemera, some more ephemera. Here is this one's got quite a bit. I put lace and some bling on it, prettied it up. Here's your flap in here. So you flap that open, and inside here is, I put a little paper clip with a little journaling card in here. I think I'm going to add a pocket in here just with some lace and add a few more things. And then in the pocket, I don't want to take everything out, but in the pocket, you just can flip it up right here. Here I've put in a little scrappy notebook, which I've sewn in some papers into it. So that I've put in there with another little journaling card. And it's just coordinating pieces. I have digitals and some scrapbooking paper that I've just coordinated together to make it all. And then it just all goes back together, and that little flap goes in place. And it's just a compact little unit, but it just can be loaded. Here's the back. And what I've done is added some appliques and things on the back and another little extra doily. So there's another little tuck spot here. As if there isn't enough tuck spots, you can make even more. And of course, there's your tuck spots here. So I've got some little of these little cigarette cards or whatever they're called. Got those in there, digital. And then I've just added in a butterfly here and some bling pieces and another one here. So just prettied up the back, and here is a journaling card that I've got in there. Part of it's showing here, and it's got a bit of a fussy cut showing on it. And it's all coordinates together, and it looks so pretty. I mean, don't they look so cute? And this one, it pulls out. You can see there's some ephemeral pieces all tucked here as well. And this just fits right in there like that. So how pretty is that to receive that as a gift? Wouldn't you just love that? I think it'd be a really fun thing to get. Show you one more time. I've made a whole bunch of them. I'll just quickly show you the different ones that I've made, different colors, and same idea. They all have all these little bits to them. They have little like journals inside or pockets and things. And then I've made a couple really small ones. So this was made with a 5 3/4 by 8 1/4 piece of paper to start out with. And look at how cute it turned out. It's just so cute. I love it. And this one is the same. And then this little guy is made with a 4 by 5.5 piece of paper. You know, as long as you get your main piece of paper, after that, when it goes to filling them, you can fill them with scraps. So if you want to watch one more time, and if not, then I will see you all in the next video. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't done so already, thank you for subscribing. If you're a subscriber, I appreciate you. And like I said, any size piece of paper. What size is this one? This is an 8 by 6. The side you want facing the outside of your envelope, have it facing down. So in that case, for me, it's the pattern side. Short side facing towards me, find the center of it. There's my center point. Fold it up to make my two little V's. Then turn it clockwise, so this way. So they go to my left. And this corner comes down and goes across here. So point to there. All right. And so you've got this shape in front of you. And now you want to turn it and face it this way. So the shape will look like this. Your original V is here. It's now onto your right side. And the one you just folded over is coming from left to right. Then flip it over. So you have just this blank side in front of you, and you want to fold it up. And I fold it up. I always keep this in line here, along the edge here. Keep that in line the whole time you're folding it up, because remember, this is going to become your flat piece that gets tucked in and closes the whole thing. So line that up nice and straight. You want about an inch here, 1.25 inches, something like that. You want it to be big enough that it looks like an envelope that you can put something in. Because remember, you're going to put something in here, which is going to be nice. And then put it on a flat surface and fold this over. And make sure you get a nice crisp fold there. Don't have my bone folder handy, but there we go. Nice and crisp. And then this, you have a spot right here. This is going to tuck underneath. And it just does that, and it tucks in place. And there you have your sweet little envelope that you can now start stuffing. And before you know it, you're going to stuff it all up, and it can look as pretty as that. All stuffed with little things that the person getting it can explore and look through, and then they're going to find something inside the flap. They're going to find something in here. Either you're going to have pockets with ephemera, or you're going to have something just stuffed in there. And then you're going to have things on the back. See how I use that little pocket on the corner, and I put the tickets and a tag in there. And yeah, you're just going to make it all so pretty. Here I added a little tag in the back up behind here as well on this one. Yeah, so much fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning how to make that little piece from just a rectangle piece of paper, any size you want. Have some fun, make some little goodies, and use up scraps to fill them all up with things. And like I said, I've got 3 of them ready to go for birthdays, and all I've done is added that little extra piece in the front with happy birthday on it. I've written a little private note on the back to the person, and the rest of it is all there for them to explore and open up on their birthday. And I hope they enjoy them. And I hope you guys are all doing well, and that those of you that stuck right to the end with me, I hope you have had a wonderful Christmas holiday season, doing whatever brings you joy, whether that's relaxing and being by yourself, doing something you love, or whether you spent it with family and friends. We all do something different during this holiday season, and it can be fun for some and hard for others, but we're through it, and we're moving on to a new year. And I will see you in the new year. And I'll say Happy New Year to you all now. And I have a beautiful little journal that I am working on that will be finished soon. I'm just putting the finishing touches on it. I'll give you a little sneaky peek. She is inspired by my little Christmas journal that I made, not this year for December, but last year. I used it for 2 Decembers. So this is what she looks like. She is a fold, like you fold it. So you've got all these pages. She's really not so much for a daily journaling, but for I would say a prayer journal, writing in the names and or the people or whatever you're praying for. It also could be used for just little quotes that you like to write down, or little inspirational words that you like to put down, and that kind of thing. And want to see the whole flip through and see what she looks like, I will be doing that probably the first week in January, and you can come back and see that. And of course, you probably recognized a lot of laces and trims are from Angel Dream Crafts. Kim, she has reopened. Yay. Congratulations, Kim, on getting your store back open. And you guys will go over and have a look and see what she has. And join the Facebook group and the Instagram account for Angel Dream Crafts Kim. I'll put the links in the description box below, because we always send out messages when we're loading up new stuff into the store. And so you can get first chance at getting it, because a lot of her stuff sells out super, super quick. So talk to y'all soon. Bye.